Welcome to Brindavan, a Parthasadi family Samarpanam to our beloved parents, a space for enjoying Vaishnava Sampradaya, slokas, songs, Divyadesa Pasarams, and much more. Namaskar Mutto Bhagavatas. Today, let us enjoy the Arthanubhavam of Slokam 66 of Sri Vishnu Sahasranamam in our Ayiram Namangal, Ayiram Gunangal series. रामानुजदयापात्रं ज्ञानवैराग्यभूषणं श्रीमद्वेङ्कटनाथार्यं वन्दे वेदान्तदेशिकं श्रीशैलेशदयापात्रं दीपत्यादिगुणात्मकं यतीन्द्रप्रवणं वन्दे रम्यजामातरं मुनिम्
स्वक्षस्वङ्गशतानन्दो नन्दिर्ज्योतिर्गणेश्वरः विजितात्मा विधेयात्मा सत्कीर्तिश्चिन्नसंशयः.
The first nama in Slokam 66 is Svakshaha. He has beautiful eyes. There are several pasurams and scriptures which talk about Perumal's eyes. Sendamarai Kannan. So he has very beautiful eyes which are like the lotus. And his sense organs and all his indriyas are with exceptional quality to enjoy Sri Mahalakshmi's ocean-like nectar of beauty. All his indriyas are used to enjoy Sri Mahalakshmi. A very beautiful darshanam of this can be had at Tiruvadandai, Nityakalana Perumal, where Tayar is sitting on the left lap of Varaha Perumal, Adivaraha Perumal, and Perumal is just hugging Tayar and looking at her very beautifully. This is a very indeed wonderful darshanam one can have in Tiruvadandai. So we can see Perumal's eyes which are so beautiful and all his sense organs, how he is using it to enjoy Sri Mahalakshmi. The nama is Svakshaya Namaha. Tiruppanazhvar in Amalnadipiran, 8th Pasuram, sings about Perumal's big, beautiful eyes. Amalnadipiran itself is a description of Perumal's beauty. Srirangam Perumal's beauty. Pariyanagi vanda avudan udalki inda amararkariya adipiran அரங்கத் அமலன் முகத்து கரியவாகி புடை பறந்து மிளிர்ந்து செவ்வரியோடி நீண்ட பெரியவாய கண்கள் என்னை பேதமை செய்தனவே. He says, I was totally blown off. I was wonderstruck by the beautiful eyes of Perumal. This is Tiruppanazhvar description of Perumal's eyes. The second nama we see is Svangaha. He has very celestial divine body. And Tayar, Sri Mahalakshmi, is admiring him all the time, looking at his face and all his body. Angam is body parts. So he is Svangaha, Svangaha. All his body parts are very beautiful and very divine. And that is being admired by Sri Mahalakshmi. Nama is Svangaya Namaha. In Srimad Ramayanam, Sundarakandam, chapter 35, Slokam 18, Hanuman gives description of Rama to Sita Mata. When she has a doubt whether Hanuman is really a messenger from Lord Rama or he is a Ravana in disguise. So then Anjaneya says, Devi, he has high shoulders, broad shoulders, long hands, His neck is like a conch. His hands are like Ajanabahu, long hands, and he has a smiling face, broad shoulder bones hidden by flesh. He has red eyes, and he is the one who is called Rama by all the people. I am his messenger. What a beautiful description of Lord Rama. The next Nama we see will be Shatanando. He is supreme bliss derived from the mutual love between him and Pirati. All these speak about the close association of Perumal and Pirati, how they work in unison. They are together. Perumal is admiring Tayar, and Tayar is looking at him, and she is enjoying his beauty. So his supreme bliss is derived from the mutual love between him and Tayar, Pirati. Sri Mahalakshmi, which keeps flowing always. It's a never-ending flow. So it is beautiful. Nandihi is the next Nama. He enjoys the company of Sri Mahalakshmi or Lakshmi Pirati at all times and in all places and in all ways, every possible way, he enjoys her. As we already said, even during his avataram, when he takes the Vyuha or the Vibhava avataram, he makes Tayar take appropriate avatarams on the earth, and so that eventually they get together. We see this in all the Divya Desams, where Perumal and Tayar are always there together. He is an eternal delight with Sri Mahalakshmi, and they are inseparable. They are always together. They can never be separated. That is the beauty of Perumal and Tayar. Nama is Nandaye Namaha. We will now see Jyotir Ganeshwaraha. Jyoti is always light or luminescence, brightness. He is the leader of the Jyotis, of the luminaries. There are the groups of Nityasuris and Adiseshan, Vishwaksena and others performing service at the feet of Bhagavan and Sri Mahalakshmi. He is the most brightest, and he leads all of them. The ever-present rays of luminescence from the Nityasuris is known as Marichi in the Vedas. So he is the luminary who is giving the effulgence to others. So he himself is a Jyoti, luminescence. Nama is Jyotir Ganeshwaraya Namaha. While describing the Bhagavad Gunas of Bhagavan, Parasabhata now describes the Bhagavan Saulabhyam and Sausilyam, the qualities of amiability and to his devotees in a very subtle manner, very beautiful, lucid manner. This is a wonderful gunam of Bhagavan. So let us now see that. As we see the Bhagavad Gunas of Saulabhyam and Sausilyam, the first that comes is Vijitatma. He allows himself to be won by his devotees, those who surrender to his feet, total Sharanagati. His affection towards Sri Mahalakshmi makes him to be conquered by his devotees and yield to their wishes. Sri Mahalakshmi is Karunya Rupam, or a very soft rupam. And his association with her, and when she says about his devotees, he responds to her by letting himself be conquered by them. Nammalwar in Thiruvaimozhi 1.3.1 very beautifully sings about Perumal's this gunam of allowing himself to be conquered by his devotees, his true devotees, due to his affection to Sri Mahalakshmi. பத்துடை அடியவர் கெளியவன் பிறர்களுக்கு அறிய வித்தகன் மலர்மகள் விரும்பும் நம்மரும் பெறல் அடிகள் மத்துரை கடைவெண்ணை களவினில் உறவிடை ஆப்புண்டு ஏத்திரம் உரலினோடு இணைந்து இருந்து ஏங்கிய எளிவே. He says, he is very simple. Eliyavan, he is very simple to approach. For whom? For his devotees. Pirargalukku ariya vittagan. He is a very smart person. He is very knowledgeable, very intelligent. He will do all kinds of tricks. Malarmahal virungum. That is, Tayar is very affectionate towards him. That Bhagavan, when he takes his Krishnavataram, Vennai Kalavinil, Kalavu is to steal. So he steals the butter. And then when he gets caught, his mother ties him to the oral or a grinding stone. And he allows himself to be tied. Even though he is Vittagan, his Saulabhyam and Sausilyam and being and the quality of being conquered by his devotees makes him be tied. Yashoda Mata is his true devotee so that is why she had the bhagyam of having Bhagavan as a child and enjoying all his childhood pranks. So, Nammalwar Thiruvaimozhi 1.3.1. We will now see Videyatma. He not only allows himself to be conquered by his devotees, he becomes subservient to his devotees by nature and listens to what they say. We say, "Oh Bhagavan, here's the Naivedyam. Come and eat." He comes. And then when his true devotees say, "Stand there," he stands here. So we pray to him, we say, "Stand here and witness everything what's going on." He does it. And eat this food when we give Naivedyam. And tell all that. He does do that. He proves that he is at the disposal of his devotees. The Nama is Videyatmane Namaha. A beautiful thing about this is in Tirukkurandai, in Sarangmani temple, Perumal is half sitting up. He is lying down, but his head is slightly raised. How did this happen? He listened to what Tirumalai told him. Tirumalai in Tiruchandavartam, 61st Pasuram, on Tirukkurandai Sarangapadi Perumal sings thus. நடந்த கால்கள் நொந்தவோ நடுஞாலம் ஏலமயனமாய் இடந்தமை குலுங்கவோ விலங்குமால் வரைச்சுரம் கடந்த கால் பரந்த காவிரி கரை குடந்தையுள் கிடந்தவாறு எழுந்திருந்து பேசுவாழி கேசனே. Perumal, it seems he is lying down and when Alvar comes, Perumal gets excited, seeing that, oh, my Bhakta is here, so I have to get up. But Alvar sings, Nadanda Kalgal Nondava. He says, during the Ramavataram, you walked and walked in the forest. Because of that is your leg paining. Or you are lying down on the banks of river Kaveri. Kidandavari எழுந்திரு பேசுவாழி கேசவனே. I want you to talk to me, but you don't have to get up. Kidandavari எழுந்திரு. As you slightly got up, just talk to me as you are. Maybe your legs are paining, that's why you are lying down. And Perumal, today as we can see, his head is slightly raised, and as he was talking to Alvar. That is Bhagavan's Saulabhyam and Sausilyam. The next very beautiful description of Perumal being subservient and listening and doing everything what his devotees say is again about Alvar and his Sishya. Alvar had a very devoted Sishya called Kanikannan. So one day the king of Kanchipuram told Kanikannan to sing in praise of him, the king. Kanikannan refused and said, not only my guru or my acharya, I myself will not sing on your name. And then the king asked him to get out of the country. So he comes to Alvar and tells him, the king has said so, so it is my orders of him. So I'll have to go. Then Alvar says, if you are going, I have nothing to do here. So I'll also come. He tells Perumal in Thiruvakka, Kanikannan போகின்றான் காமர் பூங்கச்சி மணிவண்ணா நீ கிடக்க வேண்டா துணிவுடைய சென்னாப்புலனும் போகின்றேன் நீயும் உண்டன் பைனாப்பாய் சுருட்டிக்கொள். He said, Kanikannan is going away from Kanchipuram. Manivanna, my dear God, you don't have to be here, because I am also going away. And so you take your Painahapai, which is Adiseshan. Let us all go from here. Then all the three of them, Perumal, along with Alvar and his Sishya Kanikannan, they all go to out of the city. Immediately it said that the city went into famine. There were lots of problems. So the king found them in a mandapam outside the country and then asked them pardon, and they come back. So again Alvar tells Perumal, Kanikannan pokkorindan. Kalikallan is not going. Kamar Poongachi Manivanna ni kidakka vendam. He said, oh Manivanna, my dear Lord, you will have to lie down in Kanchipuram again. Let's go back. Tunivudaya senna pulavanam pokkorindhen. Because pokkorindhen, I am not going. Because my Sishya is not going, I am also not going. You spread the Adiseshan and lie down back. So Perumal goes back to the Sannidhi and lies down on his Adiseshan. So this Perumal is very beautiful as he is lying down on the Adisesha, and he is Sonnavannam Seida Perumal. He just listens to what his devotees say. That is Yathotkari Sannidhi near Kanchipuram. The next Nama we'll see is Sat Kirtihi. Kirti is fame. Sat Kirti. His fame is due to his simplicity. And being easily approachable due to his saulabhyam and saushilya. So his devotees can easily approach him, as we saw before. Any amount of describing him will be an understatement because his fame is unfathomable, vast and eternal. All learned people praise the Lord as Sarveshwara, as Vasudeva. Despite that, only very little is told about him. In spite of describing so much, nothing much is told. There's still a lot more to be told. So no one can tell about him completely. It is just impossible. Nama is Satkirtaye Namaha. The last Nama in Slokam 66 is Chinna Samshayaha. Samshayam is doubts. He dispels the doubts in one's mind about him, as whether he can be understood or not, or he can be easily attained or not. We have so many questions. So he is only one who can dispel all the doubts and clear up the mind to become his ardent devotee. The same is said in Bhagavad Gita by Arjuna. In Bhagavad Gita, chapter 6, verse 39, Arjuna says, O Krishna, there is no one else who can dispel the question that rises in one's mind about you, and you are the only one who can clear the mind and dispel the doubts about you. Etanme samshayam Krishna chetum arhasya seshatah twadanya sanchayasyasya chetana hupapadyate. To summarize Slokam 66, he has very beautiful eyes and sense organs, and all parts of the body are very beautiful. They are very divine, and he uses them to enjoy Sri Mahalakshmi's ocean-like nectar of beauty. He has a very celestial, divine, beautiful body that is always being admired by Sri Mahalakshmi. His supreme bliss is derived from the mutual love between him and Pirati, Sri Mahalakshmi, which keeps flowing always eternally. The love between them keeps flowing always. He is enjoying the company of Sri Mahalakshmi Pirati at all times, in all places, and in all ways. Even during his Vyuha and Vibhava Avtaram, he makes Tayar take appropriate avatarams on the Buloka and eventually marries her. He is the leader of the luminaries, the groups of Nityasuris, Adiseshan, Vishwaksena, and all others who are performing service at the feet of Bhagavan and Sri Mahalakshmi. He allows himself to be won over by his devotees who surrender to his feet. Total Sharanagati, complete Sharanagati, without any least doubt. He not only allows himself to be won over by them, he becomes subservient to his devotees and listens to whatever they say. When we say, here is the Naivedya, take the Naivedya, he comes and eats. He says, stand here and witness this, what is happening during a festival or any prayers. He comes and sees. So he listens to what we say. His fame is due to his simplicity, and any amount of description about him will be an understatement, as his fame is unfathomable, it's vast and it's eternal. It's unimaginable. All this is because of his saulabhyam and sausilyam towards his devotees. He dispels the doubts in one's mind about him as whether he can be understood or not, he can be easily attained or not. He is only one who can clear up all this in the mind, whether he is reachable or not. Or as said in Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna says to Lord Krishna, there is no one else who can dispel these questions which are in everybody's mind, excepting about you. The questions are about you, and you are the only one who can clear the mind of all of these questions. This brings us to the end of Slokam 66. See you all at 67.